Hi, I'm patnull. I am gonna be doing a review today. So, can a book's main character, a protagonist, kill without mercy, kill without heart, and still be a relatable character? That's what Andy Peloquin's book, The Blade of the Destroyer, the last book of Larry, book 1, attempts to answer. Is he successful? We'll find out after this brief intro. So the plot of The Blade of the Destroyer is a dark fantasy involving a hunter who kills over and over without heart, without mercy, usually nobility, I feel. Now the hunter is never referred to by name, and at first this bothered me, but then I realized something. See, being a writer and having my works critiqued over the years and critiquing other people's works, I know that readers like the main character to have a name. Because it evokes sympathy, it evokes empathy, it evokes a stronger connection between the reader and the character if they know the name of the main character. But then I realized that the author did this intentionally. See, the guise of the hunter is his identity. Heck, I don't even think he knows his real name. He wears many masks as he infiltrates nobility circles or to gather information in his quest to carry out assassination contracts. And all those disguises, all they do is serve to ensure that he never has a singular identity. Heck, indeed, the hunter is his identity, so him having a name is sort of pointless. He has a blade which speaks to him. It pounds the need to kill incessantly, relentlessly, into his head over and over and over and over again until he does. And when he does, the voice in his head quiets, and he gets a scar on his body all at the same time as a reminder of his kills. And I often wondered why he doesn't just toss the blade away somewhere, for I feel the voices in his head, the scars on his body is just too much of a cost to bear for having the power of the knife. But then I realized that the hunter likes the power it gives him. For every kill, he gets a little bit stronger. So can a character like this be relatable? Can a character who kills without mercy, who kills without heart, who likes the power it gives him, who looks forward to killing, can this character be relatable? Can readers empathize with him? Surprisingly, he can, if you add other elements to it, which we'll get to in a moment. The plot initially involves him fulfilling contract after contract until a certain contract pulls him down into a downward spiral of events. Events filled with plot twists, with betrayal, with secrets, and he finally realizes that he is a pawn in a much bigger game. A game that he had always been a part of but didn't realize it, and he must make a choice between which side he's going to fight on. Now, I don't want to spoil anything, but the plot's arc and the character arc is absolutely mesmerizing. Now, the world is incredibly detailed and extremely intricate, with a rich historical backdrop, with people and groups like, excuse me while I consult my notes, the illusionist clerics, the beggar god, the bloody hand, the dark heresy, the beggar priest, and the heresiarchs. I felt like I was walking in a real world filled with real people with its own culture. And this extremely detailed setting, it allowed me to escape the normal world and enter into one that I felt, frankly, was alive and breathing. The characters are richly drawn. Now, the hunter is the best example of this, from his character arc to his history. He is incredibly hard to kill because did I mention that he can heal himself like Wolverine? Yeah, that's awesome. But aside from his merciless, unrelenting killing streaks, he has a soft spot for the poor, for people who can't defend themselves, and it is this trait that you really feel for the hunter, because you realize that he is not so heartless after all. And I think the book does a great job of skirting the line between ferociousness and sympathy. Then there's Cecilia, who is more than she appears at first, and she is also a great character, but some characters are forgettable, like Nan, Jack, and Arlo. But some characters like Farida, she is so expertly drawn that when a heart-wrenching scene happens later in the story, you absolutely feel for her. yeah, it's heart-wrenching. I'll just leave it at that. Now the writing was pretty good. It opened with a great first line that kept you engaged and engrossed through the rest of the book. The punctuation and grammar were on point, and me, knowing something about writing, or knowing something about structure, the disasters happened in all the right places, and he had so many problems and setbacks that you ever wonder how the hunter would ever overcome his obstacles. There were a few things that didn't sit well with me, however. Cecilia. She's such a great character, well drawn, and I felt like the book didn't have enough of her. I mean, she was in a couple scenes, she was in another scene, and she came in at the end in a big way, but I just wanted more of her. Also the fight scenes. I felt like they were just too drawn out. Page after page of the hunter trying to overcome a particular foe. Instead of it being exciting for me, I actually got bored because I wanted the fight scene to be over and I just wanted to continue on with the story. I also felt that sometimes the author's voice got in the way sometimes in the story, like there are too many obvious thoughts and statements, and at the end the hunter's emotion for Cecilia waffled between hate and caring for, and it didn't come across as believable to me as it could be, but those observations did not in no way detract from my enjoyment of what I think is a very, very, very good story, because Andy's writing is some of the best I've ever read from an indie author, and even from some published authors. So the pros of The Blade of the Destroyer are: the plot is fully fleshed out and intricate, the world is fully detailed, the characters are riveting, there are some great lines in this story, the writing is engaging and engrossing, and the punctuation and grammar are on point. The cons are not enough Cilicia, the climax between Cilicia and the hunter not really believable to me. There are too many obvious thoughts and statements. The fight scenes are too drawn out, and that heart-wrenching scene. I mean, really, Andy? I mean, I know why you did it, but really, Andy? So my final score, I give The Blade of the Destroyer 4.5 stars out of 5. It gets my highest recommendation. You guys need to go buy it now. So that's it for this review. Thanks so much for spending your Saturday with me. If you liked it and my content, please like and subscribe. You can also reach me at Patrick Sheffield All on Facebook and at Pat221 on Twitter. And I hope that I've somehow helped you to unpack your inner writer and maybe inspired you to go start writing your own story, or maybe even start a story that might have even been stalled for a bit. Because with enough practice and motivation, you can turn out a great book like Andy Peloquin's Blade of the Destroyer book. Okay, that's it, everybody. Bye-bye. Happy writing, and I'll see you next week.